Hello. Welcome to Module 2 of AI for Software Engineering class. My name is Kolawole Akesumbo. Before we go into today's lecture, please let's recap what we did in Module 1. So, in our previous class, we talked about what is software development. We talked about what exactly does software developers do. We talked about how software works. What are the differences between a website, web app, mobile app, and concepts like products. And then we talk about how can I build for desktop and wearables. We also talked about how is the software built, and that's the core of our learning. So today, just to quickly do a recap of what we learned on how we build. Right, so we talked about markup languages like HTML, XML. These are Markdown, extended HTML. HTML is a hypertext markup language. And we said there are markup languages are different from programming languages. So markup languages are like the structural, like column. Let's use a building for example. So if you build, if you want to build a house, you have columns, or what is popularly called pillar in Nigeria. You have columns that frames the structural integrity of that house. And this is like the linted or something, and these are the pillars, like we call it in Nigeria, right? And then before we do build on something like this, or we deck the house, right? So if you look at what I've just done, for instance, you will see that it looks familiar. It already looks familiar because most websites have this kind of structure. Okay, most applications have this kind of structure: sidebar, right bar, middle, arrow. This is very common, and the same principle applies. The principle of engineering construction also applies to building software. So HTML particularly is used for making that structure happen. Okay, even when building mobile apps. So because you will see markups, that's why it's called markup. While building mobile apps, you will see markup that will you will see markups like well, when we get into that, you get to see it in detail. Markup text. Okay, yeah, that's the right word. Markup text. Okay, so now let's move on to the next phase. Just a quick recap. So we also talked about Python as a programming language, JavaScript, PHP is hyper preprocessor, Java, TypeScript, C, and CSS. And then this is mostly argued by people in the industry. They ask questions like, is CSS a programming language or a markup language? It's a programming language because it has logic and variable, but that's not the most important thing to us. Now, we also have something called library. We have library. Okay, so we have library. Libraries are like collection of pre-written codes that allow us to allow us just reuse components, reuse stuff without ever writing over and again. But that's for that. That's from our previous class. In the next video, we are going to move to this the module for the main module for the main lecture rather for this module, and I'll see you in the next video.